Warning, this video is cautiously optimistic, and it sure don't feel like a Monday. I'm talking about PlanetX again. It is a super duper fascinating subject that I've been trying to talk to y'all about since THORnews pretty much started. And the energy is definitely weird, or different, strange, peculiar, odd. But as your planetary defense commander, Star-Lord New-Thor 7, the T, I'm remaining cautiously optimistic. Okay, great. I believe whatever challenges come our way as a planet, we will meet them, conquer them, and solve them. But yeah, it's weird. Kind of doomy. And definitely, if you listen to everybody running their mouth, it's gloomy. It definitely seems like we got a weird and stormy volcano situation. Asterisk. Wind and fire with California and Hawaii. It seems to be a thing that's happening in 2021. And you have mooses, or meese. And crazy magic, beautiful, but totally natural birds. Plus crazy comets flying around our solar system in real time, doing some spring sundiving. I know it's winter, but here in Texas today, totally feels like first day of spring. This footage is being brought to us by Michael Yeager and probably the Soho NASA Alaska camera, showing us we have two different comets coming in. We got this sun diving, sun grazing. Did it survive? It's a comet, you never know. And then you got another one coming over here. And remember, comets are like magic, flaming, dirty, cat dragging snowballs. Just roller skating, roller rinking around our solar system. Sometimes they stop off at the sun. Hey, our sun looks a little... It's like there's a giant volcano on our sun. That is interesting. That's why you come to THORnews for all the interesting science. So yeah, these are super duper 2021 days. I'm definitely glad that I did what I could over the last 8 years to get everybody ready for days like this. I'm saying play defense, be smart, play cool, be cool, stay cool. And I mean like Jimi Hendrix cool. You know what I mean? And so we hit a solar minimum in 2018. And those things are nasty. It can be rough. Empires can fall or change. You go through grand transitions. And now we are moving into a solar maximum that may peak around 2025, which means things should be escalatingly getting better in theory. But as of right now, people are still arguing and fighting. And greed, especially corporate greed, seems to be a dominating factor at play here. And overall, the theme of, man, the weather is so weird, continues. And so this storm, to me, how it is almost like a formed low, like a tropical storm, if you will, that moves all the way down the coast and then comes in kind of through the Mexican volcano area, or the border between. And we have a situation happening on Earth where multiple volcanoes in multiple places are pyroclastic flowing. It's almost like a super deep hot mud that comes out from below the lava level. And so if you start seeing more pyroclastic flow, it's time to get Earth tampon. Oh, did that joke work? Oh, man, I'm sorry if it didn't. I just started watching The Big Bang Theory, and that affected my joke-telling ability, but not my ability to appreciate great leaders and people who changed our world for the better. Today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and I was raised Lutheran, and Martin Luther is pretty cool too, in my opinion, though now I'm a Norse Christian Jedi. Garth Brooks is going to be singing at the inauguration of Joe Biden, which is interesting because Garth Brooks is a Republican. So, I love Garth Brooks' music. Seems like a cool dude. I wouldn't have a problem with it if it was Chris Gaines singing. It's a joke. Can I tell jokes? Is that allowed? So when the sun acts weird, weather acts weird, and people act weird, and I start to act strange as well. And so like the sun, the star field, our solar system, maybe everybody and everything's sort of acting weird. Going through changes. There's not a whole lot of balance in our solar system among the planets right now, as most of them are on the same side of the sun. You feel me on that one? And so, whatever is happening on the sun right now seems like a solar situation. We have the yin and the yang, or coronal hole, and a sunspot complex. Is this one big sunspot? Is this multiple sunspots? Or is it so weird we have to come up with a brand new name for it? We don't know. We're still kind of looking at it with the backside camera. We can figure out more when this thing turns to be Earth facing. But I'm just saying, not only am I super helpful, knowledgeable in PlanetX, but with the sun, I can point out the times I'm like, hey, dudes, that seems extra strange or anomalous. Shrug, question mark. So yeah, there's a lot going on. You got like those two sunspots, the little one and the big weird one. Then you got geomagnetic unrest expected for the next 3 days. Earth's polar magnetic field may be unsettled. We're all a little unsettled, wouldn't you say? The reason, a solar wind stream is approaching Earth, due to arrive on January 18th. Hey, that's today. Solar wind speeds could top 500 kilometers per second. Not fast enough to cause a full-fledged geomagnetic storm, but possibly enough for some beautiful Arctic auroras. And then you got comets dive bombing the sun. Since it was last launched in 1995, SOHO has been watched by more than 4,000 comets, and it's also watched more than 4,000 comets fall into the sun. Today alone, it happened twice. That's what she said. Coronagraphs on board the spacecraft caught 2 sun grazers in mid-disintegration. One bright, and the other one was really, really bright. And so, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, so we might be turning the corner from a WTF shit show foobar, snafu bar situation where it's all doom and gloom all the time to more of a romantic comedy feel, which hopefully would lead to a really cool, fun March among all the madness, spring and summer. But sometimes I get a little too optimistic. I'm trying to stay cautiously optimistic, but with 2 love bombing on the sun comets, it does feel like we may have some more romantic comedy action in the future. Yeah, shit is still fucked up, and lots of people are angry, and there's no real communication going on, and teamwork is not as prevalent as it should be. And the virus is real and kicking our ass, but I'm doing my best to stay super cool, like this winter rainbow. And I suggest you do the same. On January 17th, a very cold winter day in Kusalu, Estonia, photographer Yuri Voigt saw a rainbow almost as white as snow. It appeared over the Gulf of Finland, a triple rainbow in clear air, 12 degrees below freezing. That dude must be colorblind, because I see multiple colors and shades in that rainbow. Whatevs. NLC Zip with an asteroid zap, no takebacks. Asteroids 2021 BK and 2021 BO came within 0.3 lunar distances and 0.1 lunar distances of hitting Earth. I am all glowed up because Asteroid Flight Club is so cool. And so, I remain cautiously optimistic. We are on full super Asteroid Flight Club red alert for earthquakes and volcanoes. And we're supposed to be tracking exactly what they're doing all through January. So IB Times, SG, Hawaii County Civil Defense Agency has asked residents to stay indoors as the Kilauea volcano continues to erupt. It started erupting on the day of the Jupiter and Saturn Grand Conjunction, December 21. You remember that shit? Crazy. And so you're getting active volcano action here, getting active volcano action way down here, very, very active. Active volcano action down through here, and then you get some volcano action up here in Alaska, and there's a whole giant volcano chain throughout here, which like 400 years ago had like 13 volcanoes erupting. Why? We don't know. You know, the invisible hand of the free market science division hasn't figured out a lot about earthquakes and volcanoes. You know what I'm saying? And so like, so like 400 years ago, what would cause all these volcanoes to be going off 400 years ago? Was it planetary? Was it solar? Was it star field? Was it the planet itself? Very interesting question to me. So I'm just doing my best to keep you guys informed and keep an eye on everything. Today is weird. It's going to be a weird week, I think. But we're hanging in there. We're doing pretty good. We're doing better now. I think the energy was kind of sucky for the last 2 weeks. Really? My opinion? We all have our own opinions. And, I'm super grateful that I get to do what I do and be y'all's planetary defense commander during the weirdest times where there's, sun action and comet action and asteroid action and defense action, Space Force action, Astro Fight Club action, weather action, every kind of action out there. So that's cool. And so I'm not sure how much south their winter is going to get for the rest of the year. And I don't think this is going to go down as the coldest winter ever with the most snow ever. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. Surprises are always possible. Mother Nature has maximum potential to blow our minds. But I definitely will be playing defense through the winter, which is the rest of January, the rest of February, in every possible way. What was that? That was weird. Check this out. Let me go back. One moment, please. Watch that little break up in here. That seems interesting. Patterns. We're looking for patterns. I think these cool and interesting patterns are down by Argentina, if I'm correct. But watch how you get the vortexy swirls over here. Look at those clouds explode out of the ground themselves or the mountainous terrain. And sometimes I get kind of obsessed with the weather events themselves as they're happening. And so we're going to be watching this storm situation. It includes high, big, offshore winds off California that'll move through, like Nevada and New Mexico and Arizona, and then it'll just continue to move east. And some of its components may or may not retrograde. I don't know, it's weird. It's going to be a weird storm, I think, dude. And I super appreciate everybody in Astro Fight Club, a whole ton. +1. I know I'm kind of talking outer spacey, but the energy's kind of outer spacey. And the Earth is definitely doing some cool stuff. Plus, then I show you those PlanetX or Eris or whatever you want to call it. Like sometimes, it's like there's a weird planet that shows up in the sky, but it never gets super doomy. But the PlanetX talk has ratcheted up. We'll talk more about that over the next couple of days, and then you get more photos of what looks like other bodies in the heavens. I definitely think everybody should go out and check out as many sunsets and sunrises as you can this week under the safest and smartest conditions possible. Play defense. Pretend like you're Batman. All right? But Batman on the defense, not looking to start no trouble. Does that make any sense? Am I making any sense? Well, the models don't seem to be making a whole lot of sense either. So, Isaac Weather Observer, just in case you thought models have a handle on this storm coming up at the end of the month, look at this one run change. Bing, bong, ting, dong. Will I hear a train a-coming? It is coming around the bend. NWS Fairbanks, a beautiful look at the next Hurricane Force storm moving into the Gulf of Alaska. Okay. The sun creates space weather, and space weather helps create Earth weather. And Earth core weather? Huh. This was live Aurora Network last night in Lofoten Islands in Norway. If I mentioned that one day I would love to travel, well, if you've not heard me say that in any of my videos, maybe you caught it this time. And out of 39 million Californians, whether you be Democrat, Republican, red, or blue, or just chasing all the good laughs and conversation in the world, are fine wines. If I mentioned red flag warnings, the next 48 hours could be windy and weird, but nothing that you kind of never experienced before, but maybe more intense than it's happened to you in your town personally. But who knows, man? We're in the future now, and the future is strange and does have surprises sometimes. And the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. And this was said by Martin Luther King Jr. And I've done my best as your Planetary Defense Commander, Star Lord New Thor 7, to get y'all to be cool, stay cool, learn a lot, ask cool questions, say funny things, play defense, be smart, use your heart in really great ways. Okay, hopefully my good talking ability will return one of these days, combined with like super dose sense of humor. Uh-oh, my thingy went ding. 1 second. Uno momento, por favor. That is so beautiful. That is lovely. That is gorgeous. The sky, that's what I've said many times. All the super colors in the sky that feel very mystical, magical, but are very natural in the heavens, they bring me hope. So I'm saying cautiously optimistic. And I gotta admit, I do enjoy a good conversation about PlanetX. It's brought to us by Paintwater Boba. I love the Fett family. You know, all the Mandalorians. I super duper appreciate all the cool people who are helping Team Earth keep its shit together in these crazy times dealing with the plague and, you know, late stage of a bunch of world global fiat currencies and a lot of, you know, bad ideas that some of all groups have held for 1,000, 2,000, 500 years, you know. We could all work together better as one Earth team. That's all I'm trying to say. Even as towns and cities, states, nations. It's you. But like I believe in Cool 007 in that yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff out there, but there are also really great men and really great women. Yeah, we all know there are definitely shitheads out there. And we collectively all deserve part of the blame for having such a just absolute shitty American vaccine rollout 2021. You know, when Joseph Salk helped end chickenpox back in the day, they all worked together to get rid of it together much better than we are doing now. That is straight up the truth. Do some research. It's so weird when people are always like, flat earth, do some research. It's like that's the whole bumper sticker. Flat earth, do some research. Anyway, so now we're in a position where the people who want to get a vaccine, like you can't just run out and go get one because the whole supply chain has been screwed up, which creates a situation where they can do like a ticket scalper to where, you know, now, you know, people getting vaccinated are willing to pay out the nose and do things because it's not, you know, we should have been rolled it out way better than we're doing. Anyway, Another MLK Jr. quote: People fail to get along because they fear each other. They fear each other because they don't know each other. They don't know each other because they have not communicated with each other. Humans have been working on communicating with each other for like 10,000 years. We can definitely do way better. And then you add like intergalactic aliens and, artificial intelligent cryptocurrencies or whatever, or just basic machine learning cryptocurrencies, then yeah, everything is weird and strange. And teamwork is best for the people of Earth, in my opinion. But I've repeated that a lot, and I don't like to be boring or predictable. But I would definitely, stay cool, man. Would definitely be ready for some unique weather surprises and just unique life surprises. All right, does that sound cool? Does that sound great? Can everybody do that? Yay. I should wrap this one up. This kind of feels like a hug where I won't let go. That may be true. But just letting you know of storms that I do get obsessed with. This may be one of them. And I'm watching it. You should be too. And definitely all the weather along the coast could get as strange as just the overall everything. Dang, I want to talk better. I feel like I'm embarrassing myself. But the UK is telling us to say hello to the start of the new working week, which will quite atrocious in terms of weather, to Thursday, which will be quite atrocious in terms of weather to Thursday. Rain will begin moving in from 1 to 2 p.m. And if we look at this rain band, it's kind of like, watch what the rain's doing. It's like fire hose, fire hose, fire hose, fire hose, fire hose, into a twisty, backwards twisty thing. See that? What? Okay. We're just at one of those situations, points, periods where, to me, the weather kind of seems strange. How the snow is moving, the rain is moving, clouds are moving. The energy is feeling. I'm not super freaked out. Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. Yay. Like I say, this one frame from the latest GFS run shows the entire West Coast under rain at the exact same time. This is very interesting. This would be the 30th. We're looking for a big, interesting, weird storm at the end of the month. We'll see if that comes to fruition. But I guess some things never change. I think about Selena Gomez way too much, but in a very healthy, romantic comedy kind of a way. Because I'm single. Never been married, don't have any kids. As far as I know, she's single, never been married, doesn't have any kids. So, daydreaming is still legal. But yeah, this Sundiving Comet. And then down here, there's another one that dived in. Okay, great. Yeah, and there's the big kahuna Sunspot complex thing coming around. So that's just a little tiny one. This is the one we got our eyes on. But yeah, I'd like to escape for at least an hour or two a day. And so I've been using sitcoms to help me get through like the last year and a half. And I'm now onto, I've never watched The Big Bang Theory before. I've just started watching it. It's pretty good. I think I'm going to end up finishing the whole thing. I'm only like 5 episodes in. He just made the goldfish into a nightlight. That was awesome. And I like to watch 2 shows at once concurrently, usually sitcoms, but I'm watching Doctor Who for the first time. The BBC 2005 episodes. This still is not from Doctor Who. It's from Running Scared, a movie from 1987 with Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines. If you've never seen it, I recommend it. Just a weird recommendation at this moment. I only saw 1 episode of Doctor Who with the crazy mannequins. I really liked it too. I'll probably continue with that one. And now I have a crush on Rose. Rose is really cute. Sorry, I think I've gone past most of the reporting, sciencey weather, warning, alert stuff. And now I'm just still like a hug that ain't letting go. This video keeps on going on and on. Did you know Larry King had 8 marriages? This was a weird fact I found out. I mean, I can totally understand 9 men being like, yes, Zaza, I'll marry you. But for some reason, with Larry King, it was harder for me to imagine 8 women being like, yes, Larry King, I would marry you. And if that joke seems mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to be, but I don't know. Oh, and I'm going to say something that may be controversial, or is it light a cigarette smoke if you got them? I want to say again, in my whole sitcom binge that kept me sane, Entourage is definitely one of the best sitcom shows. Top. I recommend, if you never watched it, give it a try. It's got a lot of sex and cussing in it. Lots of very beautiful women. But it's also got a bunch of cool dudes saying funny things and being loyal to each other's friends. Yeah, it's got flaws. Oh, and Tom Brady in it. Anyway, I don't know. The people hate that dude, but man, that guy wins. But my favorite quarterback of all time is Troy Aikman. So I still think I like Troy better, but Brady's probably definitely the Michael Jordan or the Tom Brady of football, though I haven't really watched sports since I started my YouTube channel 8 years ago. Yeah, and it was almost exactly 3 years ago as you got the urge and went and worked out with, I did a full workout, although I only could do like 33% of the workout. And I just sit on the sidelines or lay on the sidelines the other percent of the time because I was way out of shape. Although I'm worse out of shape now. Yeah, I fully worked out with the Houston Texans cheerleading squad, 3 years ago in the middle of January. That's still one of my favorite life moments. Anyway, I bet I'll make a prediction. If we keep civilization together and continue to be moving forward and improving things, I bet we will see Tom and Giselle's kids grow up to hold like a dynasty over pro football like the Manning brothers did for a while, Peyton and Eli. Am I making any sense? So hopefully I'll live to see that, and I'll get back into football and sports when the world comes down. Who knows what's going to happen next? Except I know that I'm going to thank y'all because you guys continue to be super duper awesome. I can't tell you through all this the fact that I get to wake up and make videos for y'all every day and be your planetary defense commander. I fully, super duper, absolutely appreciate it. So I want to say thank you again to everybody out there, all the cool people on Earth, but definitely and especially Help Me Hemp, Tadra, Al, Summer, Cody, Smoky Fox, Arnica. Was it Smoking Fox? Alexis, Lauren, Richard, Scott, Galanda, Light Soul, I'm trying to say his name different, Dan, Marlena, Lisa, Daryl, Brian, Stephanie, KJ, Max, Cheryl, Fairytale Incorporated, Rachel, Barbara, Susan, Carol, the Texas Angel, Tag 7 in the ATL, Darlene, Cody again, and help me hemp again. Okay? You guys are great. Thank you. And I will keep doing what I do. Hopefully over the next few months into the summer, there will be way more cool edited THORnews videos. Because I love being able to look back on them and reference to see where we were then and where we are now. All right, stay cool. I'll talk to you soon. But yeah, no, things are strange all over. But keep the faith, man. Civilization has been through a lot, and hopefully we'll continue to keep on trucking forward and improving everything, even if it's ever so slowly. God bless everyone. May the force be with you always. Let's live long and prosper together. Hit the cool button. Hit the fun button. Yeehaw.